Mr. Pro, I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. United Nations. I'm going home. Chukwuadama. I'm going home. I'm going back to Biafra. Going back to Biafra. My motherland. Biafra. My fatherland. Biafra. Yeah, the son of the lion is now eating grass instead of sucking blood. Oh yeah, I remember I was acting in my homeland, but right now I am a slave. I am a servant in a foreign land. I wanna go back home and sit upon my throne. I wanna restore my dignity. Yeah, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. United Nations. I'm going home. Chukwuadama. I'm going home. I'm going back to Biafra. Going back to Biafra. My motherland. Biafra. My fatherland. Biafra. Our house has been on fire. That's why we run helter skelter on our land. There are vampires, and that is why we flee and scatter. We are gone, but not forever. But very soon we shall gather. Repatriation, repatriation. I wanna go back home and sit upon my throne. I wanna restore my dignity. Yeah, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. United Nations. I'm going home. Chukwuadama. I'm going home. I'm going back to Biafra. Going back to Biafra. My motherland. Biafra. My fatherland. Biafra. Back home we see incarceration, we see subjugation, economic strangulation, marginalization. We also see Islamic invasion. They come with oppression, killing and naming us. They do that with impunity and aggression. We need emancipation from this British oppression. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. United Nations. I'm going home. Chukwuadama. I'm going home. I'm going back to Biafra. Going back to Biafra. My motherland. Biafra. My fatherland. Biafra. Modern day slavery, political asylum, so many years on exile. It's time to gain our freedom. I'm tired of washing toilets. I'm tired of cleaning the streets. I'm tired of the street life. I'm tired of working in plantation. I wanna go back home and sit upon my throne. I wanna restore my dignity. Yeah, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. United Nations. I'm going home. Chukwuadama. I'm going home. I'm going back to Biafra. Going back to Biafra. My motherland. Biafra. My fatherland. United Nations, I'm going home. Chukwuadama, I'm going home. I'm going back to Biafra. Going back to Biafra.
On the mix.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people, wherever you are all over the world, I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is still Radio Biafra Extra. We are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Uche Okafor-Mefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. He's the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Mazi Uche Okafor-Mefo is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Prince of Afari Ibeku, heir to the throne of Ibeku Kingdom. The one and the only man that stood up to speak for the collective interests of the Biafran people for almost 6 decades as we speak. He's the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television, and by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, I am George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. We acknowledge the Creator, Chukwu Okike Abiama, the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man, for without him, we are gone as a people. And so in my humble way this evening, I have to acknowledge him. Anyị na-aja gị mma n'ihi na ị mara mma ịhụnanya anyị na gị obiọma gị o juru anya dadị o inwe gị mgbanwe ọ dịghị onye dị ka gị ịbụ Alfa na Omega anyị niile na-asị na dị mma o. Of course, without wasting much of our time, we go to our study this evening, which is simply the power behind your language, your culture, and your tradition. On this segment, our team remain back to your root. Back to your root. And this evening, our topic will be the power behind your language, your culture, and your tradition. In other words, it is sometimes referred in a coded term as the Trinity. But if you go back to our culture, our tradition, and our language regarding this study, what you come up with is Ordinala, Umenala, Ordinala, and Umenala. And now, first of all, our language, culture, and tradition wields a lot of power unknown to many of us. As a result of this ignorance, the enemy of our people took advantage of it and began to manipulate them even to our own detriment. I referred it as the Trinity. But do not misunderstand me. You get the truth. I hear people say Umenala. They tell you they are Umenala. But believe me, they don't know what is Umenala. Because some believe that Umenala is you have to dress like one native doctor, you have to look tattered and so on, and you understand what I mean. Umenala, Ordinala, they are two different things. You can know Umenala and yet ignorant about Ordinala. These are some of the areas we are going to look at. But irrespective of what you call it, how you view it, Umenala, Ordinala. And of course, your language, the real, very huge amount of power, which most are ignorant of. And the enemy take advantage of this. They use it against our detriment. First of all, when you talk about Umenala, because these are the three things we are going to briefly look at in this series, and believing that at the end of the day, every one of us will understand the position of these issues as regarding us as a people. I would not want you to spiritualize it, because you will lose the vital knowledge regarding the reason why our ancestors acknowledged these three areas of our life. Number one, when you talk about the power of tradition, which is the Umenala. Umenala simply means that that thing has been on the earth here. And in other ways to explain it, it is your belief. It is the belief system. Every religion, every custom, every tradition has always had a firm rooting as a result of their belief. They believe in everything about them. They believe in themselves. They believe in their ancestors. They believe in their tradition. Because there is a difference between culture and tradition. When you speak English, culture and tradition, you are invariably saying Umenala, not Denala. It is going to take you a lot of English to explain them. But if you follow them as the name implies, it's simply Umenala. That is how it has been. It is a belief system, and which today I can assure you that there is no more belief system in place. Let's look at it a little bit. In those days, if there is a piece of land in dispute, for instance, the aggrieved person or one of the member of this person involved in this land dispute, there is something they used to do. They will go to a palm tree, cut the raffia side of it. We call it omo. They make it, they turn it into a thread, a long rope, and they tie it on that piece of land. Nobody goes close to that land. Even the owner of the land, even the rightful owner of the land, do not go to that land. Why? Because ordinary raffia or omo is being placed on that land. Till today, many people still fear that very tradition. But I've not heard of anybody it hurts anyway. And then we look at it the other way. If I go, for instance, and buy red wrapper, and I cut this red wrapper, and I come to your office, and I take this red wrapper and tie it at the entrance of your office, many of you are going to call all your pastors together. You can't enter there. But it's just a red cloth. Maybe I cut red, yellow, different color, tie them together, circle your office. You will not enter there. That is belief system. That is Umenala. I mean, Ordenala. It is there already. It is our belief system. And so in the ancient days, this culture has helped us to keep our boundary. But it is no more. Because nobody will loot. Nobody will steal. Nobody will rob. There is limit to everything you can do. Because there are laws of the land, belief system that are in place already. For instance, many villages in Biafra land as we speak today, when they harvest their crop from the farm, they will heap their product on the road and take a piece of stone and put on top of it. But I tell you the truth, that yam or whatever farm produce that it is will stay there and even rotten. Nobody will take it. Because they believe that with that stone on top, it represents sign of evil. And anybody that takes that does not belong to them, the person, something mysterious will happen to them. These are our system of belief. For instance, in those days, when you go to farm, after the major harvest that comes up this December time, November, December period, as from January, the leftover of any crop in the farm belongs to the orphans, to the widows, to the less privileged one. In my place, we call it Ubo Echo. The moment you have finished your main harvest, whatever is left in that farm, it is like it is for the less privileged in the community. These were principles, system of belief that were put in place, which enable every one of us to survive as a people. But it is no longer there. One. We look at the aspect we call the ordinala. The ordinala is the behavior aspect of our tradition. And so when you say ordinala, it is how we behave as a people. Today, can anybody actually tell me the real way we behave as a people? Because our culture is gone. There are a lot of things we have looked into regarding our culture and tradition. And you see, every one of them have been compromised. Most of them have been concocted, if I will use that word. We do not even know the right thing. The way we behave in those days. There is the age you get to as a male child. You are entering into what is known as Ukuru. You're entering the youth. And they acknowledge you. That from this day, this particular group of children born at this age, they have moved into another level. The same thing is applicable to the women. This is our behavior. We talk about our dressing. I see many of our traditional wears that we put on today. To us, it's a mere fashion. But believe me, there are a lot of spiritual implications behind them. And so our culture and our tradition, which is our system of belief, and our way of life, all of them have been compromised. And then let us look at this third aspect of it, which is the language. Our language, for instance, I can assure you that 90% of Biafrans cannot speak their dialect. 90% of Biafrans today cannot speak their complete dialect, their original dialect. Now, what do I mean? Am I saying that Igbo man cannot speak Igbo? Of course, no. But I'm saying that many Ebonyi people from, for example, Nza people can't even speak Nza. And as well as you have many Anambra people who cannot speak their own dialect, because when you say I'm from Anambra, you have so many Igbo tongues in Anambra. So many. And when you say you are from Abo, and the truth is that we have almost 474 different types of Abo. So vast, I can sincerely tell you that the real elderly Abo man know that the Abo I am speaking is a concocted one. Because I will carry Munedi, add to a Kuku Abo, take Alehame, combine all of them. And so when I get to the village and I'm talking to them, they say, where do you come from? Because there is great difference between my language and my community language. But there are few words I will speak. They will know, oh, it's the son of the soil. And now, having looked into these three aspects, it looks as if it really doesn't matter. And that is where the problem lies. And now let us go back and start all over again. Now, let's start from the ending, our language. The culture, your tradition, and your language becomes the most strongest pillar that hold us as a people. Every nation, every creed, every tribe, these three things are very important. First of all, when the colonial master came, they couldn't assess us because of our culture and our tradition. And what did they do? They took our language away. Because the language is the communication of your belief and your behavior. Your language is simply the communication of Omenala and Ordinala. When we talk about your language, don't think it's just a means of communication in a conventional society. It goes beyond that. Your language is not just a means of communication in a conventional society. No. It becomes the communication of your behavior and your belief system. And so when they saw our belief system and our behavior, which is the way of life, it is too deep for them to understand. What did they do? They took the bridge between both of them. And sometimes with Chinua Achebe, say things fall apart. There are so many things. He had so many things in mind to make use of those words. And so what the colonial terrorists did was, first of all, took our language away, as they always do. Why is it that the first thing they do, consider all the countries they have invaded, first thing they do in the line of their priority is to take away your language? No wonder there is an adage in my place. It's Alunye Wondwan. Alunye Wondwan. And the moment they took your language, it is impossible for you to communicate without them knowing what you are saying. And today they are gone. Here in Nigeria, before our very eyes, a language is being threatened because our children in the west of Nigeria must speak Yoruba now. In fact, you must speak Yoruba before you go to any university in Yoruba land, most especially University of Lagos. I think one of the Yoruba lunatic actually said that it is time for Igbos to begin to teach their children in Yoruba. But to you, don't mind that man, he's just useless man. But they know what they are doing because they keep saying it. And very soon your children keep believing it. And it is coming already. Of course, the Fulani may have succeeded in taking everything from the Hausa, but Hausa still retain their language, which means the Fulani in the nearest of time will disappear because the language is still there. Alunye Wondwa. The colonial masters has gone that gave us English, but the Yoruba and the Hausa are the one trying to indirectly colonize us because we do not have regard for them. And I listen to our youth talk. I listen to them flow among themselves, and they use certain words, and I will shake my head. To them, it doesn't mean, you see, confirm one fibo. Can you say Oluwa is involved? Is involved. Oluwa is involved. Oluwa is involved. Who is Oluwa? Have you heard the Yoruba say Chineke they involved? But you think these things don't matter, but they matter. Let us think about it the other way. Today, Chinese and Japanese, they are going to ravage many countries, most especially in Africa. Do you know what they do? When you give them contract to build anything for you, they will build it in Chinese language, write it in Chinese language, or build it in Japanese language, or write it in Japanese language, and they don't employ you. You will remain there. The manual to operate those machines or whatever will be in their language. And the day you sack them, you lose everything. And so most countries that Japanese and Chinese have investment, they are not going. But most of you don't know that they are teaching us their language in our own land already. You have Chinese school in Anambra. In fact, Oko Poly, they teach you Chinese and Japanese. But Oko Poly is not teaching you Igbo. There is no Igbo study in Oko Poly. But in Oko Poly, for instance, now they are teaching you Japanese, Chinese, Chakenchan, and no language they are not teaching us. But these things, we don't have value for them. But they are the things that truly bond us. We will tell you they are teaching our children Arab in the school already. Most people are arguing it because you start from reading a page of Quran. And then the next thing you desire to read 2 pages. And before you know, it looks like it fits our way of life.
And so in our own very land, why can't they learn our language to communicate with us as a people? That is because we are not even serious with our land, our language. But do not forget, your language is the communication between your Omenala and Ordinala. And then if you cannot speak your language, believe me, you know nothing about Omenala and you know nothing about Ordinala. Trinity. Three most important aspects of our life that have been threatened and must be restored. Because if we give up on them, we are gone as a people. But I must appreciate IPOB leadership who understand at this point in time. In fact, who Chuko Kikabiama brought at this point in time. Because there were times they predicted that in a time like this, nobody will be speaking Igbo again. And believe me, I must appreciate every indigenous people of Biafra that are still holding on to their language. You go to India, the same thing. You go to America, the same thing. You go to Britain, the same thing. You go to Germany, the same thing. Anywhere you go all over the world, they don't play with their language. They respect it. Because your language is your power. Your first power is your language. Go and ask the Hausa Fulani man. You must speak Hausa before you can be able to function in Nigerian army. Go to Yoruba University. You must speak Yoruba. They will deliberately, they won't talk to you. But sometimes you call them racist. Sometimes, but I tell you, that is the only thing that will ensure our survival. We must get to the level where every one of us will take it as a duty to speak our dialect. We must get to the level about our culture and tradition, where every one of us will hold them in high esteem. Because a lot of things is missing already. A lot of things is taken away from us already. And if we do not begin to reconsider our ways, if we lose these three main targets, believe me, we are gone as a people. Let us look at it at the other way around. Do you know that more than 90% of Biafrans, when I mean Biafrans, whether Akwa Ibom, whether Urubu, whether Shekiri, whether Andoni, more than 90% of all of us, our children cannot speak our language. Now, imagine somebody from Akampa, imagine somebody from Idoma, imagine somebody from Akwa Ibom who will come home. And then they say, who are you? You say, I'm from Akwa Ibom. Where do you come from, Akwa Ibom? He can call any name. But then he cannot speak the language. Do you think there is any difference between that boy, that child, and a stranger? And so most of us become stranger in our home. And the more we think nothing is going on regarding that issue, the more the enemy grew Buddha to take it away from us. We turned down our tradition, Ordinala and Omenala, and they gave us Yoruba tradition, Yoruba church. Yoruba church took over everything from us, Yoruba church. The only thing left for us, it is worship and praise inside Yoruba church. Because the last time I checked, more than 95% of all the song of worshiping the Creator, Chukwu Okike Abiama, must come in Igbo song. You hardly worship Yoruba God in Yoruba language. It's impossible, almost impossible. And then our language dying down gradually simply means that our culture is dying down gradually and our tradition is dying down gradually. I do not want to go in depth. I just want to cut it on top like this. Where is our way of life, our belief? What is the belief system of our ancestors? Why is it not functionable? Why is it not obtainable in a time like this? They had a belief system. They held firm to it. What about their behavior? Many of our people behave like Fulani. They behave like Hausa. The way our people communicate in the time past, you know who they are. But now, these very three areas of our life was completely and totally attacked. Having been able to explain this briefly, or what they truly mean in a modern day time, we shall move ahead to begin to ask ourselves certain questions to why this area of our life have been mostly the target of our enemy. Number one, ask yourself, what is the method they are using to attack our culture? They demonize it. Do you know this flute they call Oja? That if you blow Oja, some Christians tend to condemn you, look at you as idol worshiper. They attack our culture. They demonize it. I want you to look at a very committed Yoruba church Christian. When they are praying for you, say, majority of them will not be comfortable to pray for you again or pray with you again. Because looks like evil. It simply means, amen. So be it. So shall it be. But you will not see the damage this can be done or this can cause for us as a people. This is our belief. But they are constantly being attacked. The point is, if they are that useless, it really doesn't mean. Why are they attacking it? Somebody pray for you, oh, God be with you, God do, and I say, and the person is like, what does he say? Because they expect me to say amen. Like I said, I don't want to go into the spiritual part of it. But start from somewhere, first of all. Ask yourself, what is the method of attacking this our belief system? They demonize it. They demonize it. The words we speak have power. And in those days, there are certain words, utterances that people make. And your elders will say, did he say so? Did they really say so? You say yes. They will dress up. They must make peace. But today, do we have any word that you can see and somebody begin to tremble? That is because the potency of our belief system as well as our culture have been damaged. We need to consider the method through which they attack our language. They try to make it look as if it's nonsense. And when you are speaking, they are just looking at you and say, oh, what is it saying? They talk down on you. And of course, you have to force yourself to succumb to their level. I stayed in Lagos for 11 years. And the 11 years, I can't even speak Yoruba. But I've left Lagos before I can speak Yoruba. Because it's as simple as ABCD. I've never seen any Yoruba making effort to speak Igbo, not to talk of my own dialect. And then why will I speak their own dialect? And they will pretentiously come before you, speaking Yoruba, pretending they don't even hear English. Hausa Fulani does the same thing. But even though we can speak English, it is time we begin to do the same thing. It is time. You see Hausa man, he begin to say, Ineje Kanama, Ineje Kamelu Melu. You self tell him, Ineje Kanama. And then if you cannot communicate, to your tent, O Israel. To your tent, O Israel. You see Yoruba, he does the same thing. You do the same thing. Because this is one of the things that will ensure our survival. Of course, there are Yoruba that can speak Igbo. There are Hausa that can speak Igbo. And so also there are Igbo that can speak Hausa and Yoruba. And so that is not an issue. But our language first. Our language, our tradition, our belief system. The Hausa and the Yoruba understand this perfectly well. They don't play with them. There is no Yoruba pastor that is not loyal to Shango. No Yoruba pastor. When their king died, they want to bury with human head. All of them pay homage, they go there. Protect your culture. Back to your root, my people. Because this is all we have. Ask yourself a question. What do they intend to achieve by targeting these three main pillars that hold our society as a people? Because once it is taken from us, we are gone as a people. Once it's taken from us, we are gone as a people. The reason why they've not been able to completely invade our land, it's not because they don't want to. They are taking time to study the sacred land of Biafra. I can assure you that many sacred land in Biafra land have been taken over. Some of them, churches built, Yoruba built church there. The remaining one is the one Hausa is trying to turn to Ruga. But these were sacred land. Biafrans, God will not do for man what man should do for themselves. What must we do to recover the potency of our belief system, of our culture, which is actually our identity, our language, which is a source of our power? How do we restore them? I wonder, I doubt if there is any library, if there is any museum in Biafra land where you can go there and look at some of the artifacts of our ancestors. But the Yoruba have it. Zoo is not our culture. We do not enslave animal. Our ancestors never enslaved animal. They don't kill animal. They save animal. If the animal is not meant for eating, they have no need for that animal. Only when the animal attack them, they kill the animal. They had respect for everything God created. They don't even imprison animal, call it zoo. But I tell you, we do not have any place, no building, nothing whatsoever that is dedicated about our ancestors. It makes the enemy afraid. He puts them on their heels. Imagine somebody come up today and build a museum and display some of these things our father did. Imagine Ojuku Bunker. If you go there, you see certain things that will amaze you. This was what our fathers and brothers did under pressure. They manufactured those things under pressure. They were hungry, they manufactured it. And looking at it alone gives us hope that if we are the children of these people, and then we are not that useless, we are not that hopeless. But there is nothing about your Mena Allah or Odena Allah that you can see today to see the real worth of your ancestors. And then you lose faith in yourself. You're being destroyed by inferiority complex. But those people who undermine your sovereignty, they understand the worth of your ancestors. And yet they took advantage of it and exploit us further. And what are we seeing in effect tonight? Biafrans, go back home and ask your father, what is Omena Allah? What is Odena Allah? Because you people never know what is going to come. Nigeria as a state know that they will not see the light of another day. They will not. They are gone as a people. Why do you think they are in our land? They are studying our environment. They are carrying out ritualists, different kind of ritual activity to be spiritually in control of our land. But you won't understand this, you won't believe this, because to you it's evil, it is fetish. The reason why the land of Biafra has not vomited all of us, because before our very eyes we have allowed the enemy to desecrate our land. It is because most of us, our umbilical cord is buried on this ground. I'm not talking those of you who your wife give birth. You carry the placenta and give to them. Oh. In those days, according to Menala, when your wife give birth in the hospital, you will bring back the placenta and bury it in your house. But today, you give it to Yoruba nurse and Hausa cleaner. Strangers, most of you don't even know where the umbilical cord of your children are buried. This is Umenala. This is Odenala. I say the land of Biafra has not vomited us out of this land, because the umbilical cord of most of us are buried on this earth, this land of Biafra. And as far as we walk on this land, nobody can take it from us. I don't want to go spiritual because it will amaze you. We must recover our land. We must recover ourselves. We must deliver the land of Biafra in its totality. I could say we are not like people who fought for 3 years with firewood. They knew things we do not know. And if you have had a encounter with any of them, you will understand that there is more beneath that the eye can see. They did all they could. And I can tell you, their weakness is even stronger than the strongest of all of us. Why? Because they never abandoned the way of their ancestors. To cut this story short, I want you to go and find out what caused fight, problem, war between the Chinese and the Japanese. The British invaded China, colonized China, and then they used China to attack Japan. Japan denied, rejected everything about the British. They created enmity between China and Japan. I can assure you that China massacred Japan. Most of those trouble were that they must embrace the Western culture. Can somebody tell me why you are forced to embrace their culture and they demonize your culture? There is something you are not seeing, and I am not permitted to tell you that. Can somebody tell me why they want you to embrace the Western culture and deliberately destroy your own culture? These are knowledge, I should say, too deep for you to understand. And of course, our line will be open at this moment. You tell us what you know about Omenala, Odenala, and our language. And maybe we will all learn from you. I'll be back in a minute.
Brothers, cousins, one blood, one family, one nation called Biafra. This is for you. Unite. Anibo, Omona, Anibo, Omona, Ndiaboro, Biafra. Anibo, Omona, Anibo, Omona, Ndiaboro, Biafra. We be one family. We did enjoy our native land. We dey live in peace and harmony. We know they kill each other. Enemies come one day with their criminal tricks. They carry some of our family, carry them go one side. Come change our name, put us for suffer. So make we wave the enemies bye-bye. One people unite back together. Anibo, Omona, Anibo, Omona, Ndiaboro, Biafra. Anibo, Omona, Anibo, Omona, Ndiaboro, Biafra. Onyanga zilandiro ntiyo, na hachogi odimanyo. Asinizu kama na nechi, ya uoga kama na nachiyo. Omona mo. Ebe ganebere ukebere na la Biafra onye nwere uche dị mma ya tụta ka anyị napụta obodo anyị ka anyị jikọta n'aka si na anyị bụ ụmụnna anyị bụ ụmụnna 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 anyị bụ ụmụnna ndị agbọrọ Biafra anyị bụ ụmụnna 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 anyị bụ ụmụnna ndị agbọrọ Biafra anyị bụ ụmụnna 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 anyị bụ ụmụnna ndị agbọrọ Biafra anyị bụ ụmụnna.
Yes, at this moment, our lines are open. The number to call, our WhatsApp line remains 070 815 45642 070 815 45642. Our direct line is 081 221 52971. Our direct line, I repeat again, is 081 221 52971. And the special number for the female is 081 288 58614. Special number for the female 081 288 58614. Yes, caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. Yes, okay, wow. Good evening from here.
Okay. Oh, good evening. Omerala.
Yes.
Ndị ọbụla nọ na ala Biafra ma ala Igbo. Ndị ahụ a na-respect omerala. Ndị ahụ abụrụ original ndị Igbo. Mụnwa na-agwa gị. Like mụnwa m bụ onye penwe item. Onye ọbụla nne ya bụ ofu obodo na ma omerala. Ana onye ọbụla ndị na-aghọ ụgha eji eme ihe omerala. Because omerala Igbo bụ agbara. Ọ ya mee ndị British na-eji esendi nwamị. Ka ihe ndị Igbo ọ bụ gọvanọ. Ọ bụrụ onye Igbo nwamị bịa mitie wa asị nwamị a na-ekwu okwu. But onye oche zuzurula from England bịa mitie wa wasiwo jom. So ndị ama omerala. Onye ọbụla ama omerala na-atụ egwu omerala. Ana omerala bụ aghara ụgha kwụsịrị eziokwu. Ana onye ọbụla a na-akpọ ala village onye ama omerala. Ya mee mgbe waje rie ndịre Germany ndị ama omerala. Ndị ahụ na-eme omerala ala bekee wee fuola. Ndị efuola. Onye ọbụla bụ nwa efu Igbo. Ana onye ọbụla na omerala ga-abụ spirit. Ibe m nọ ọ Igbo bụ ihe m na-asụ. M na-asụ item na-asụkwa iselukwu. Stranger na-emekasị obodo. Ọ stranger akwa ihe ala Igbo enwe original nwekwa ndị bịa abịa. Ọ ndị ọ bụ stranger na-emekasị ala Igbo. Ma ndị Yoruba amanụ m ele ndị mmadụ ga-eji like ya ndị Yoruba na-aga chọọchị ndị Yoruba because ọ ndị Yoruba gbuere mgbe agha Biafra yara ndị Hausa yara ndị England. Amanụ ele ndị mmadụ ga-eje so ndị Yoruba gaa chọọchị wa. Onye ọbụla bụ onye Igbo na-aga chọọchị Yoruba o so Fero. O chọọchị Fero bụ ihe waga. Omerala Igbo onwebe onye na-eme omerala Igbo. Isu Igbo asị bụ illiterate. Ifu common iwe ọjị asị savu ajụjụ. Onwebe onye na-eme omerala Maazị Onyibe. Ndị emekasị ala Igbo abụ original ndị Igbo because onwe onye eji egbuwe nwanne ya ya ọhafụ ya. Ibe amọnụ onye ọbụla mee ndị Igbo ọ na-ewute m. So ndị ahụ nọrọ ala Igbo, ndị a bụ ndị Igbo, ndị ahụ bụ ndị Hausa, Maazị Onyibe. That's why wa ji emekasị omenala. Ị gara Obu, efufu Obu. Onwezi onye ma omenala n'ala Igbo. Oh, bekee bụ ihe nwa na-asụ. Germany ihe onye na-asụ bekee. Okwu mmadụ, okwu ala ya bụ ọgwụ onye. Ihe Biafra Imo, Igbo bụ ihe ya na-asụ. Ma Kalaba ndị ọbụla nọrọ Biafra, ihe ya na-evu ụzọ asụ. Because ndị chi a na-anụ bekee, ndị ekwu ihe a ka ndị mmadụ ọnụ ya. Ndị chi a na-anụ bekee. Ibe am nọ ọdụla nya m hafụ ala Igbo, but m na-asụ item. Anụ m na-eso omenala. Omenala bụ ikwu eziokwu. Omenala ndị Igbo before ịchọ ịlụ nwaanyị eje jụọ the family. But now onwebe onye Igbo na-ele family ihe a na nkwa ele oba ego ọ ya mee ala Igbo ji mekasịa. Anaghị elezi family onye ma ọ bụkwa ezigbo family o ma ọ bụ ndị osi o ma ọ bụ ndị kawa adị ọcha. Onso ndị ọnwa ego alụwa onwebe onye na-eso omenala. Nke ọbụla ma ndị Yoruba wa alụwa before ndị Yoruba onye na-alụ ndị Yoruba onye ọbụla alụ onye Yoruba bụ disgrace before ihe ifere ọnụ ele ekwusi
they remain disgrace.
Yeah.
Now, in those days when you want to marry, they send message, they go and ask question. And sometimes you see they put the marriage at hold and they now begin to do some consultation. I can assure you many people are marrying their sister even without knowing. Many people are sleeping with their sister. Oh God.
Even though for example, Onyibe Sabia, he may achụfụ obodo. But now onye ọbụla chi ịlụnụ now. Ana ejile family ihe ya achọ bụ ego ndị ọnwụ ego before onye na-asị ego ihe a na-ele bụ omume mmadụ.
And then so we be asking, is he a graduate?
Graduate gịnị? Mụnwa nọ Germany here. Ndị bụ ha sị na ha sị bụ graduate. Onwe nke m hụ ya sị na nwanne ya na ala bekee m ji sị ka ya ala bekee side nwanne ya na ya sị South Africa. M ji sị unu bụ ndị university. South Africa ọ bụ ala bekee. Ọ nọrọ African continent. Zuru zuzuru pụade. Onwezi onye na-ajụ family alụwa. Before ọ ga-ekweda osi ilu onye Yoruba. Oge ekwe m ihe oge m na-eto sef onye Yoruba enwe ike ịtụpụrụ m ọnụ. That is onye luka ọ bụ. Ana ha na-aga chọọchị ndị Igbo ama m ihe na-enye ha nsogbu. A na-aga chọọchị Yoruba ha ga-adịsị ka ndị ara ụmụ ihe a na-anaghị ego ha na-eche echiche si ndị a na-eyi white shoe eyi lesi anyị nwaanyị dọtị na-atụ ha ego. Ndị Yoruba agbagbuola ndị Igbo. Ihe a na-alụzi na ego a na-echeki family. Isu Igbo asị bụ vernacular. But Germany anyị nọ here ma ịsụ German onwe onye ga-atụpụrụ gị ọnụ. Isu Igbo ihere. Even though mmanya pam this thing asịzi ị na-agọ mmụọ. Onyibe ike bụ ndị Igbo. Chineke ga-azọpụta ha. Ihe m hate ndị Yoruba with ndị Fulani sef mụwa atala atọpụrụ ha. Ihe m hate ndị Yoruba during the Biafra war. The 7 years Biafra war, 10 years Obi, make attack mba England ahụ. Hate ha. And since 3 years ji ha na-ekpere ha ga-ata ahụhụ. Ahụhụ ha ka ha ga-ata ya. Ka ị mara na ndị England na the wicked. ọkwa nwaanyị ka ha send ha mana nwaanyị ndị Igbo siri ike ha macha ihe ọbụla ọ ya mee ha ji send nwaanyị bịa n'ala Igbo yosala because ụmụ nwaanyị ji ala Igbo ahụ agbara aka agbara hapụkwa ihe a na-ekwu Maazị Onyibe m na-agwa gị ma ị nọ na mmụọ ị ga-ama ihe nọ n'ala Igbo nwaanyị England ahụ ha send nwaanyị ha send nwoke.
That is why I told you, I said earlier, I don't want to go in depth. If I go in depth, some of them will not sleep.
Why had you said
no man, fear did not let all those terrorists to put their leg in our land. It is women they are sending. For almost 100 years, no man has visited Biafra land for visit. They are sending women. And people think they don't know what is Umenala. Go ahead, please.
Maazị Onyibe, ịma na ebe a ana m ekwu okwu ana m ekwu too much, but mma ihe na-eme no mma ihe na-eme because mụ bụ another agbara. That's why ma nwu oge agha. That's why kwachọ ka egbu m oge agha. Nwaanyị ahụ ha send ha ma na nwaanyị bụ power nọ n'ala Igbo. And ndị iberibe ahụ bụ stranger anamasa nwaanyị ahụ, but ọ bụrụ ọmụnwa ga ihe a ga-asị nwaanyị enwe ọnụ okwu gị. I guess ọ bụ na mmadụ m ga-asị nwaanyị ahụ laa ọ nwoke na-ekwu okwu n'obodo anyị ọ bụ nwaanyị ihe ahụ bụ omenala nwaanyị a na-ekwu okwu n'obodo anyị ọ nwoke na-ekwu okwu bọtụ ndị ahụ bụ na ndị Awụsa mụcha ha sị ha bụ gọvanọ ndị Fulani mụ ha na-amasa nwaanyị ahụ nwaanyị a ga-achụ ọsọ ọ bụrụ na ọ dị m ga-achụ ya ọsọ because ha ma na nwaanyị ji ala Igbo ọ ya mere ha ji send nwaanyị bi ebe ahụ nwaanyị ha send nwoke ọ bụrụ ha bụ isi abụọ nwaanyị ha send nwoke because ha ma na nwoke bịa ndị Igbo anyị sefu ịma na ndị ama ihe ha na-eme Maazị Onyibe ha ma na agbara nọ n'obodo anyị ọ bụrụ ha send nwoke bịa ị ga-ahụ ihe ndị efulefu ahụ ga-emekwa nwoke ahụ ọ ya mee ha ji ịma na ndị a bụkwa amụsụ ọ ya mee ha ji ya but ọ ka nwee ebekwa omenala ahụ do hapụ ihe ahụ a na-ezuzo agbara aka nọ akwa ịhụ na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ịma na ndị Yoruba awụ ya mamịrị ahụ uche n'ọgwụ ka o ji and ọ ya mee ike ego ha ndị Yoruba ga-anwụsị ndị Yoruba ga-anwụ ọ ya Maazị Onyibe m na-agwa gị ọnwụ anyị ji ala Igbo hapụkwa most of them nọ n'underground na-anwụ ọnwụ mụnwa na-agwa gị ọ ya ndị England ahụ bụ amụsụ ọ ya mee ha ji send that 1 meter 49 bịa n'ala Igbo ekwensu ahụ nwaanyị ga-esend nwoke Maazị Onyibe ka m hapụ because ndị Yoruba ga-anwụ mụnwa na-ekwu ha ga-anwụ ndị Yoruba ga-anwụ ndị Yoruba ụmụ Fero ahụ ga-anwụ ụmụ Fero ndị Yoruba ga-anwụ akwa ịhụ n'ala Itemanya ahụ Obasanjo ha na-abịa dị ama ihe ha na-achọ dị ifudo ọjụ ụzọ Kalụ ji akpachafuru onwe ya anya ala Itemanya na-egwe masa ọbịa ya na-aba ịsara mkpuka bụ rum ọjụ ụzọ Kalụ na-ewepụta ndị Fulani n'ala Item ọbịa stranger ndị Awụsa ya na ndị Yoruba ọjụ ụzọ Kalụ ahụ ya kpachafuru anya ma ọ kpachafuru anya ihe ike ya na-agba ịwara data ọjụ ụzọ Kalụ ma ọ kpachafuru anya na-akpọmasa ọbịa ala Item ihe ike ya agbara data ọjụ ụzọ Kalụ ọmụnwa kwuo Elizabeth ọnụ aha efia mbụ ọnụ aha ọjụ ụzọ Kalụ kpachafuru anya nziwe ozi ya igbe ọbụla ị nọ kpachafuru anya ịkpọmasa ahụ ọbịa rala epenụ ịkpọmasa ahụ ọbịa ịbịara Igbere ga-ekewa n'ụtụtụ naira ga-alaghachikwa Fulani gwọrụ ndị nwe oyeye ọjụ ụzọ Kalụ kpachafuru anya Mziwo Hosia, Odla two, on with the bendy cheers in Mosia, people Chafrena, Ipomasa, Ho, Pierre, Ralitim. Or Piana, Paisan Kuka, Ipomasa, Ho, Pierre and Kuka, or Joso Carlo. As only become happy, or Joso Carlo, make a chile.
We must continue. Our people must understand. There is, when they say Umenala or Denala, your language, your tradition, your culture, your language, your tradition, your culture, go back to the history. You see, the day you condemn them, that is the day Hausa, Fulani, and Yoruba begin to ravage our land. Our lines are open. The day you reject your culture, your tradition, that is the day Hausa, Yoruba. Did you not hear what Yoruba told you? That their gods kill cow? But you say that in Biafra land. They say he's lunatic, you don't mind him. But you will not understand. We cannot explain everything. But on that day, we will tell you that we told you. Can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp.
Yeah, Onyibe, good evening from here.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, my name is Okechukwu Okoro. I'm calling from Germany. Mazi, thank you very much for this topic, today's topic. You have made some people today to understand our roots, to understand what our culture it is. Our leader help us a lot, because not only with Biafra that we are learning things from Radio Biafra. Even those our enemies, those Hausa people, Fulanis, and the Yorubas, the Saboteur, they are also learning more than us, the way we are learning today, as they are listening from Radio Biafra. If not, they may not know that Nigeria, the name that their country, Nigeria, is a useless name. But now they are gathering and bring solution how they will go to change the name. So I want to thank our leader very much, and I want to thank you, Mazi George Onyibe. You are trying your best very well. This issue about our culture today, some people would understand that some of our women now, when you get married with them in this new generation now, when you get married with some of them, as a man you are, when you leave them in your house, travel or something like that, many of them they are going out to go and look for other men, follow another man, or cheat on you. So, but in the only days, when you marry your wife, keep your house, your wife cannot try it to go and sleep with another man. Even if you do it in your back, at your back, the gods must hold the woman. And before she will get herself, the elders must do something about it before the woman will return back as a human being. So, but today, because of the church, the British bring the church and use it to destroy all our cultures, all the Biafra cultures. Now everybody are doing what they like. I could remember in the 1996, when my father traveled to Lagos. He traveled Lagos to go and meet his brother there. Then as he gets to Lagos, his brother there in Lagos now turned him to worship Yoruba church there. It turned him to Christian. New Bible give him. My father started going to church with him there. Then as my father come back, he now forgets everything about the culture we are doing in our village there. My father tell us, even tell my mother that we should stop anything worship our gods there, that we should turn to Christian. He wants all of us to be going to church. So, but my mother refused. She refused. Then, when any day we are worship the gods, the chicken, the fowl, and the yam, we used to prepare food there. When when they cook it finish, my mother will bring the part of her own and our own. We will go and hide the back of house and eat it, so that our father will not see it. Our father cannot see it where we are eating the food. Then, let me say, one more time, my father started sick, serious sick. Then he called pastors. They come and pray. He couldn't get better. Then we are now going to ask for one native doctor. That the native doctor told my mother that see what happened to my father. That because of land, they are angry with my father because he wants to leave them and go let me say, he wants to disobey the rule of the land. So, and the native doctor show us what to do, tell my mother what to do so that my father will get better. He told us that we will buy a yam and the chicken and the
Of course, that is Zoo Epileptic Network. But of course, our people must understand. I don't want to go in depth spiritually. I just want us to look at our tradition and our culture and our language. I want you to look at how it was. You will see, no Fulani. All these things they are doing today in our land, we know why they are doing it. We know why they are behaving that way. Go and find out Yumenala. Go and find out Odenala. Go and find out the meaning of your languages, your dialect. For they are encoded or code to mystery, yet unknown to anybody. Go ahead, please. Call her on WhatsApp. Call her on WhatsApp.
Hello, good evening, fellow Biafrans. Good evening, everybody. Depending on your time zone, I'm sorry, I have a little cold. I don't want my I don't know where to start from. But according to this topic has been now. I don't know. For 3 months plus now, we're on this topic of back to your roots. Back to your roots has, it's like a very big eye-opener to we all Biafrans, especially the ones that really want to know and the ones that really want to learn. Because this back to your roots, going back to what our sister that just said, or see, back to your roots, because they know the power in that land. Back to your roots. It's very, 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 very important. I can't shout, I'm not feeling too good. Very, very, very important. When my brother Mazi George Onyibe, Chukudeme, Chukugozi, Chukudumi is operating as kitchen a chit nebe. If I make a me, Enyandoje Cafe, Enyandoje Cafe. Ebo buni Jenny, Awili Jawili, Onguno Nepanguneze, Minmari busy. If it's this back to the root is that Chukwu will be telling, Chukwu will say me, we are lost. And she can be done in it. I'm not commenting Radio Biafra. Is she can be done in again back? You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to ask again. Back to your roots. I want to say this thing. This is a national radio. The whole world is listening. Some of my enemies are listening because I'm Mother Biafra, I'm Mother Biafra for life. Back to your roots. My grandfather, the name of that is, well, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to call it. You know, whatever they call it, I don't care now. The day, according to my father, when the father was alive, the father was so rich that this Ezumezu is the name. Ezumezu. My grandfather, they said he wanted to go and marry the other wife again, the 26th wife or so, whatever, I don't know. So that last wife, my Jehovah Witness, he couldn't say no. So my grandfather, they said you do. So my grandfather must go and throw it away. My grandfather now, he can't let the king give him brother. Make them go through and for river. They don't go the risk. It's instant. That is instant. That my uncle got blind. Instant, not tomorrow, not the second minute. No, as he threw it inside the river, uncle got blind to her. Instant. And that river where they trapped is meant to put, not in short, till tomorrow, that I go ahead. I go that one that they knock, go to hell for town. That thing is still ringing bell there till tomorrow as I speak to you. That is why they call him Monokugegeri. Do you understand? Then this person that went out to my money in those days, so that was saying, your mobile now, the one did you for your mobile, that this talk I will give me at midnight. The next day, if I come out to say I go walk or I go school, all my eye will swell up like a switch of which. Do you understand? That's like that's which one? What is the name of the other one? Oh God, Ikenga. I think Ikenga the hey. Now I say, my hand not did that one. No. If the offender made them tell I'm sorry, my hand not did that level. No. Your pastors I say, pay money that they cast and band, pay money. Hey, my brother, let me say the truth. Things have been to back to your root. A lot of things just it's like I thought. It's so much that I don't even know how to explain it. It's our people daft. Are they daft? Okay, last week, what do you call Colon Carnival? This carnival, I went to this carnival some years back. 2 times. The first time, I lost my pure gold wristwatch in that carnival. The second time, I lost jackets. When I buy this money, I lost them for them. Now Friday, I say, I will never go to this carnival again. It's an info carnival. I will not go. This carnival, I get the system when they take job. This carnival, they do in Cologne. That day, every woman married or not, you can live with any man when you like, no offense. Is that not evil? Is that not evil? Then you go see cranky wagon. Ambulance. You go see ambulance. They go pack ambulance everywhere in case of drunkards. When one died, they will just carry them to the hospital. If they work for only clinic, like tell teaching hospital, I don't know how they work. Because the next day after the carnival, people don't die finish for them. They don't drop finish, then they protect them because is that not an evil carnival? Then the last day of the carnival, then go control suite. We go display what it be. Some go wear devilish clothes, attires. That is the carnival uniform. Just things. Then I go look them like this and see it. Now these people carry Bible can't give us. So why you can't be say it can't be like this? So And they think about, you know, our African people, gullible people, they look you when they think like that, Bible, you know, say anything for me. No, we should think twice. We should learn how to think. That is our problems. We don't know how to think. We are so shallow that when you see them, you ask yourself, what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? Are they seeing? Are they blind?
Thank you very much.
In short, my brother, it's too much. You are not a doctor now. Please, we should go back to our roots. Doctor could be calling. Can you teach us? Can you embrace our tradition? Bikoni, by joining IPOB, by joining IPOB, Bikoni, Biafra, confirm life. Biafra, Bikoni. Everybody to about the IPOB so that we can be safe. Without IPOB, yeah, don't jump and pass. Without IPOB, without Biafra, we are gone as a people. So, taking a lola, doing second thoughts. I mean, there's no many who say that Radio Biafra is a free place to speak. Who say that also when you can many. Of my respect and my dignity in that regard. So you're going up there. Don't lose this opportunity because of I don't know. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thanks so much.
Continue.
You are blessed to be a blessing, brother.
Yes, sir. Caller on the line. Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is August. I'm calling from Aba.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna make a meeting of my on the line. I'm gonna make it and I say, to buy the mother. You know, they back to our roots. Of your man, that's our roots. You know, I know men and I because now son and the Yoruba, how many because they now say Yoruba. How many women and I can happy. If they are there, if I'm going out 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, up a radio like a moon, down a radio like a language now, honey, gay, city. Hana have language, Hana have women and I, but how do you know, but I have received the area. Not in the governor, I receive the area. I like to go back to our root to an end. Imagine that is so crap, Yamaka. That is all of it. Because goes in the back to our root. I know men and I got Barari. And I know men and I, Oga, we know my name. Oga, Metara is look. I have home church in the Yoruba and the Yoruba native. I give me a man, some and Yoruba, and the kids. When you want to the moment, I think, honey, women and I can. You won't keep the people when you're so famous. Yeah, women and I can't go waiting with the soul on you by honey, the people. I know the direct. If you are able to only want to back to our only one and I die. But
thank you very much. As a child, when we have land dispute, all they need to do is to put Omo there, palm front. And the moment you put that palm front, that land will remain like that for years, no court case, nothing. It is only the person that put that palm front that will remove it. Our system of belief say if another person remove that palm front, that or more, without first of all making peace, evil will befell them. And I tell you, even for 10 years, you don't need customary court, self. You don't even need to go to magistrate court or call police. That or more will maintain the peace. Not all this one, they are killing themselves in Cross River State, Ebonyi State, you say they are dragging land. In those days of our ancestors, only palm front from the palm tree will settle that matter. Everybody will go home. Nobody will enter that land till they settle the issue. But of course, the things that held us together is gone, and they can now ravage us. Are you there, caller on the line?
Yeah, I'm there.
Go ahead, please. Good evening from here.
Good evening. I'm calling from Iceland.
Go ahead, please.
My name, it's good to hear from you today. I've been trying the line, it's not going, so I'm so lucky to get you this evening. I want to appreciate you for all what you are doing for Biafra. And I want to use this opportunity to say happy birthday for you in advance. I was trying to call you, but I couldn't get you. Hello?
Yes, my brother, go ahead. I'm with you, and the world is listening.
Okay, I just want to appreciate you for everything you are doing for Biafra, and I always pray for you and our leader, Mazin Nanikano and Utemefo, and I always give God glory for the way God is using them for the restoration of Biafra, and also I want to use this opportunity to talk to the people of Ojoto because I'm not hearing their voice. People of Ojoto should wake up. Ojoto, Umoji, all of them should wake up because this struggle is for everybody. Everybody must be on deck for the restoration of Biafra. So I'm calling the people of Ojoto to wake up so that they will join this struggle, to join IPOB. This is a moving trend. Everybody must join. So please, I'm just using this opportunity to call the people of Ojoto to stand up for the restoration of Biafra because Biafra will get nothing more than Biafra. And that is what we ask for. And we doesn't ask too much. And I want to seize this opportunity also to tell all the world leaders so that they are able to stand up. All those who are denying the fact that the Biafrans have been a nation for many, many years. If you understand that Biafran senior, all these like American, British, all these people, Biafran is a very long time nation. So they should recognize Biafra. And I'm sending this message to Donald Trump so that he can be able to know that people of Biafra die for his sake. In as much that they are celebrating for his winning in the first time, the people of Biafra die for his sake. He should remember this so that he will be able to recognize Biafra as a sovereignty nation. Once again, Master Onyibe, I want to thank you for the opportunity you're giving to me this night, and then I want to appreciate you for the work you are doing for Biafra. I say, may the Almighty Chukwu Abiyama bless you and bless your family and protect you all days. Nothing will happen to you. In the mighty name of Chukwu Abiyama. He say.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on the line, your name and where you're calling from. Good evening from here. Go ahead. Of course, when you call, turn down the volume of your radio set. I remember one of our leaders' first video when he visited America. He was in a particular house and he came to the veranda. He opened the wine and prayed, and if it were to be in the church, they say he now offered a wine offering. But this is our culture. This is our tradition. This is our way of life. He took a wine and blessed it. And then he poured it on the ground. But they say it's sinful. But we must continue. Call on the line, your name and where you calling from. Good evening from here.
The topic today. Although I have now December, this is not your first time of seeing this. But we will continue hammering, we will continue talking as in that 1 year. The total was called energy. Ambassador or the Nalani. They have been walking up and down, all sort of ritual in this land. But one thing I'm promising them and continue to tell that the land will swallow them. That is swallow them. You know, Lamasra had a harawa. No, also sacrifice. Ndogato, Bundogato. We very big to have that, not everybody, because it didn't work a charger. We will continue hammering on our culture, and that is ordinary beach, ordinary beach, that you cannot live everything proving. So anywhere you are in this world, you continue doing it. China with their own. When they come of the the cultural Hallelujah, why is it that it is only in this Biafra land that Garden and Caravan? Why is it? That you don't hear. This this wicked people that children are walking on this world, they will never be free. These criminals, we shall be the God of the chief man will must fight for us. You know, all those things that they are revealing to us. He may criticize us. He may criticize us. We will be, that is, you will imagine even the because of the false teaching, the job I but notwithstanding, we keep on talking. Ihe nwanne gorobu ndị dibịa ndị ji ọfọ gịnị ka ha na-eche? Gịnị ka ndị dibịa ji ọfọ na-eche? Let them rise up. Ha na-eche ka ebutara ha mmanya. Ha na-eche mmiri ga-eri ha n'elu. Don't them know that we have their own opportunity to do something. What are they waiting for? Gịnị ka ha na-eche? Ndị ji ọfọ gịnị ka ha na-eche? Because ihe ka jiri na-abụ fake ọdịnala. Fake niche, fake in the word, and people that truth can never exist in their mouth. They have women aligned. Women aligned, but even if they use give up what we are standard. But today, what you are seeing is nonsense. It's negative, it's positive. Man has been doing job. And then I'm now can't stand there up. Because these people are going to rituals on daily basis on this land. The only that Chuko can rely is not so. I mean, I got up. I'm not a Chuko Kadian. I want to let them stand up. Let them stand up. Let them stand up. You know what I mean? Let them stand up. Let the fishermen teach them out and kill them. Let the hunters run them out and kill them. Let the better the land stand up. Let them stand up and fight this battle because the battle is no longer, in short, it's not our own. It is their own. Because of this struggle, how many years now? I said, let them stand up. Let them stand up. And whenever you have seen them in the dream, they always dress without the attire. Remember that whatever that you're doing here is also happening that side. When they will come, they will be messaging. So, it is working. Let me just tell you, all I want. The power, there will be slow power upon you, strength upon strength. Let them stand. And my son will let them stand. I want them stand. I'm a senior, not the year. We are I know that when the weather because many of your signs are not land me. And I'm a school Kadiama. Because many people now, even my my house, I never done more. Under that, why can't I go on more? Adamasichukwu Kadia Mazi Onyibe na Ndekano. Ya ha auche mefe. Ọ dịghị ngwa agha ọbụla nke akpụrụ imegide mekere aga nke ọma, that is all I know. Ụmụ ndị eziokwu na-asụ this struggle. Ihe na-eji abụ nke anyị. We must reach to a permanent site. We must be liberated from these shackles of wicked people. Anamasichukwu Kadia. Akpọọ m Eke, akpọọ m Onye, akpọọ m Afọ, akpọọ m Nkwo. Akpọrọ ndị mmiri, akpọọ m ikuku, akpọọ m ọkụ, akpọọ m ala, asị m ha nọkwara elu m, ọ bụ mgbe ha nọkwara elu m. Ebe a napụta anyị n'aka ndị iro anyị, especially ụmụnna anyị ndị amaghị ihe. Maka Chukwu Kadia ma ya gbara m ihe ume, Eke, Orie, na Afọ, Nkwo, Suga, Eme, Nso.
Thank you very much. And this is where we will be drawing the curtain for this segment. I could only pray that our people will be truly awakening, because most of these fights will not be AK-47. Ogemendia Vumnanya. Chukwuki Kabiama walk in a mysterious way. He walks in a mysterious way. Open your eyes and you will see. The Egyptians you see today, you will see them no more. Go back to your roots. We are our ancestors. We are here. We are back. We are not going anywhere. Go back to your roots. Let me ask you a question before we round up on this segment. How do your children see you? As a father, as a mother, how do your children see you? Look into their eyes. You will know that you may be an evil man or evil woman, but your children always see you as the best. I want you to be sincere to yourself. As a father, you are listening to me now. As a mother, you are listening to me. Maybe your kids are on the bed already. I need you to look at them. You will know they truly love you. You may be bad, but yet they believe in you. And then when you talk about your ancestors being evil, it looks like you are not a moral man or woman. That is where I will leave you this evening. I will be signing off temporarily. Believe me, I'll be back in no time.
Coming to us.